We'll get started. You're muted, Mr. J. There you go.
I'm not muted anymore. Hey, Robia, and hey, everybody. I was just thinking to myself, if our counter for the number of rooms that are on the call was the New York Stock Exchange, we'd be rich, 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 because we are flying. We are about to surpass 600. We're way past 500. We're about to go past 600, and this is going to be a monster get together. So excited to see everybody. Hey, Dr. Troy is not skiing, but what he is doing is snowboarding. The guy's a wild man. I've seen him on the hills, and he knows how to get it up and get it done. We have a powerhouse lineup tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Break out your pieces of paper and your pens, because you're going to want to take some notes tonight, I will guarantee you. Everybody listening, goals are like a vacuum. They're like a target. When you have one, you drive for it. We set a goal, Robia, about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, with Mr. Troy Sanford, that we were going to have 700 people on this call. We've never had 700 people on one of these calls, but we're at 675. In the next 60 seconds, we will be over 700. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you want your PV to be, whatever you want your sponsoring to be, whatever you want your team's growth to be, set the target, make it plain. Think about it, talk about it, and watch your business grow. People ask me every week, ladies and gentlemen, what kind of marketing tools we have in this company. Do we have anything, they say, that would help us build a business and help us to share this technology with other people? Here's what I say. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, bingo, we're over 700, heading towards 800. Woohoo! So, ladies and gentlemen, I tell people, look, this company has more marketing tools, more powerful tools than any company I have ever even walked close to in 40 years. We've got the powerful 2-minute video that if anybody watches it, wow. PowerPoints, websites, demonstration tools, ladies and gentlemen, like the living proof machine that shows how our special proprietary ionization system works. We've got a video library that you can send out to people. Every week, Vimeo meetings where people will share the opportunity, share the product. We've got those tools. And Robia, every Saturday, you and I teach over 700 people registered a 12-week to gold course. So exclusively, though, tonight, as we bypass shortly 800 on this call, as we do that, we're going to go ahead and share a new powerhouse tool, Robia, a new animated video that is so powerful. And here's what's the key thing with all these tools, Robia. We talk on the Saturday call about how you can rotate videos. You can rotate tools. You can just get them in front of people. Robia, as we go past 800 on this call, let's go ahead and go to the movies. Let's share with everybody this animation Vollara video. Stand by, everybody. Just went over.
Hey, I'm looking at, I know you can't unmute yourself, but Miss Brenda Lee and Hugo and Mr. Jackson, give me a thumbs up that you hear the audio here pretty good in just a second, okay?
Okay. We're ready to go. Here we go.
The virus that causes COVID-19. The virus that causes COVID-19 and other pathogens are reminders that bad air can kill. You want protection to keep you. The virus that causes COVID-19 and other pathogens are reminders that bad air can kill. You want protection to keep you healthy and give you peace of mind, but you won't settle for just any protection. You want the best out there. Active Pure. The Active Pure system has origins in the NASA space program. It's even been inducted into the Space Foundation Hall of Fame. Active Pure is used daily by hospitals, schools, sports arenas, restaurants, government buildings, homes, and more. So how does it work? The Active Pure system dispatches invisible supercharged submicroscopic particles at tremendous speed. The particles collide with viruses, bacteria, and other nasty things and immediately turn them into harmless byproducts. Active Pure works immediately on both air and surfaces. It comes in portable units built for any space, from gigantic ballrooms to elevators. It's affordable, easy to install, and virtually maintenance-free. It's like invisible personal protective equipment, or PPE, for you and your pets. Sounds too good to be true? Independent FDA-compliant lab testing has shown that within minutes, ActivePure neutralizes more than 99.9% of pathogens, including the virus that causes COVID-19. The ActivePure Medical Guardian, powered by the same ActivePure technology as our other products, has been cleared by the FDA as a Class II medical device. There's only one ActivePure. Beware of claims for other systems like HEPA, bipolar ionizers, and UV light. They're passive and slow. Some trap pathogens, but don't destroy them. In fact, many of them are so dangerous people can't even be in the same room while they operate. No system cleans the air faster, safer, or more effectively than ActivePure. To give your family and your customers peace of mind, choose ActivePure, protecting lives with air you can trust. To get ActivePure for your home, office, store, or organization, go to www.vollara.com or contact your local distributor.
Wow. What a powerful tool. Sherry, give me a big clap there. I want to see some claps going. I want to see some thumbs up going out there. I want to see some excited people. We're going to continue to add powerful tools to your arsenal, tools that you can go into your toolbox, pull out in the proper, appropriate time, and share this amazing technology. It's just going to keep getting better and better and better. Now, lots of people are trying to get in on this call. We've got 920 right now on the call, the new record. I can't help those folks that got the wrong code or don't know how to get in, but we are recording this, correct, Robia, so that we can share it with the world. So tonight, we're also going to introduce two new emerging powerhouse teams in our company. Carrie and Chris Michaels are brand new Platinum 2 leaders. They joined our company only in November, and they're already Platinum 2. They're earning the type of incomes that usually it takes people many, many years to get to, but our company is not any old company. We're also going to introduce Dr. Eric Gagnon, a brand new Platinum 5, just joined the company this fall, and is already earning at a level that, again, people take years and years and years to build in normal companies. And then we get to hear up close and personal, we're going to do that in just a minute, our CEO, Mr. Joe Urso. I am so excited, Mr. Urso. We set a goal about 2 weeks ago, and it was just out of the blue. We just picked it out of the air. We said, Mr. Urso, on Monday night, when we get our CEO online, we're going to tap these lines out. We're going to go past 700. Well, guess what, sir? We went past 700, 750, 800, 850, 900. We're now past 950. Our company is growing in every way. So, Mr. Urso, let me check and see. Are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. I am, Mr. Jackson. Can you hear me?
Well, we can hear you loud and clear. We had a little bit of a glitch on the video because there's so many people online, 960 now, that the video is trying to figure out how do I send it out so many ways all at the same time. But Joe, next week, your trusted executive science guy, Dr. Troy, is going to be talking about this amazing product called Resist. Before I ask you some questions about ActivePure, you are the champion of Resist for this company. Talk about why this is a product every single human being should take every single day.
Mike, thank you for the tee up on that. Guys, who would have known? I've been in love with Resist from day one. I've read all 4 clinical studies. There are literally $5+ million invested in those studies. And it demonstrates unequivocally that the Resist technology lifts your natural immune system by a minimum of 40 and as high as 60% on average in people. That's the difference between your body being able to fight something off and not, and especially when you're dealing with a virulent pathogen such as we are today. And Mike, I don't know if you saw, but just last week, a major study came out to acknowledge, it was on the news this week, we should send out a link, acknowledging that the technology in our Resist, the very same technology, what's called the spirulina extract, and ours isn't just any spirulina extract. It is the top of the line proven it is now proven effective in remediating adverse effects from the COVID from people that might otherwise have cyclonic action and basically become fatal. This stuff is saving lives. Now, I recommend for a million reasons that you take Resist. There's nothing more powerful on the market to boost your immune system. And incredible timing, because we're going to get to speak next week with two famous doctors that I know personally, that Dr. Troy knows personally, from the University of Mississippi, who were the scientists behind this amazing technology. If you are not on Resist, I'd encourage you to get on it and order it while supplies last. Mike, with that, we're going to have to go back and boost up our inventory again. I can just see it coming.
Well, our business across the board is exploding, whether it's in the nutraceutical side or whether it's in the technology side. But Mr. Urso, I don't often have to call in you, the big gun, to help me with a call. But the other day, you helped me with a call that led to a multi-million-dollar order. And this Active Pure technology has been called, Mr. Urso, the most powerful sanitizing technology ever discovered. In the Huffington Post, they said that Active Pure was one of the 7 most powerful innovations in space to be used here on Earth. Could you give us, you gave me a couple of quotes that I just could not get out of my mind. I've used them over and over and over and over about infection prevention. Could you talk about this Active Pure technology briefly, sir?
Well, Mike, I'm glad you asked, because, I think there's a lot of confusion. And when you think about what makes Active Pure unique, yes, it is the most powerful technology ever discovered to do what it does. And people say, what does it do? Active Pure is about infection prevention. It's about bringing medical grade technology to the world to help prevent the spread of infections. And it does so by disinfecting. We do more than purify. We do more than filter. We do more than sanitize. We actually disinfect the air with this technology. And Mike, I think you have some other thoughts. I don't want to just run off at the mouth here, but I'd love an opportunity to explain how it works really in layman's terms, which certainly the video certainly helps a long way to doing.
Mr. Urso, I know this isn't prevalent to what we're talking about, but we are locked down at 1,000 rooms. We have reached our maximum capacity of 1,000 rooms, and this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning.
Wow.
Why, Mr. Urso, why don't I always hear about 3 to 5 air exchanges per room. Why don't diluting the poison? Talk about that.
Well, that's a good point, Mike. I mean, really think about it. If you had a glass of milk and you poured water in it, it'd still look like milk, okay? You can't ever fully treat that air in the room, especially if a new host comes in carrying, a new poison. Let's be honest. This virus is a poison if you think about it. It's deadly. And so we have an ability to actually attack that as people come in unbeknownst carrying this disease and other illnesses as well, real time. So yeah, Mike, I think that we have a very unique application that does nothing like anything else. And Mike, just to tie it back, look, we have a medical grade. We are FDA cleared with this technology, guys. You have this technology. We went ahead and tested the Air and Surface Pro against the airborne virus at a lab dedicated to CDC and military work. And I know you know this. We went below detectable limits in just 3 minutes. We're now working with the lab right now on a 1-minute test, and we're also working with them on anthrax, which is a national security issue. And they're asked us to help work with them in the military to see what we could do to prevent that kind of transmission. God forbid there should be a bioterror event. So Mike, we have a technology that is beyond recognition in terms of the impact it can have on these things that we're facing every day. And hey, I think you know this, it works against the swine flu. It works against the bird flu. It works against E. coli. It works against methicillin-resistant staph. It works against every known pathogen we've ever tested against, which is virtually every one.
And the future, we don't know what's coming, but we know that there's a high probability, sir, that whatever comes down the road, we've got this technology in our homes, in our businesses, in our churches, in our schools, that we can provide safety. Mr. Urso, a lot of people talk about Active Pure, Active Pure, Active Pure. We all do because it's the big deal. But I always try to stress that our technology is a multi-system strategy. We've got an amazing proprietary ionization system that takes particles out of the air. Could you talk about the fact that this isn't a one-trick pony, that we've got multiple strategies in one device that both take particles out of the air? I mean, the University of Cincinnati, sir, said it was 200 times faster when you turn this machine on, that particles drop out of the air. Why is it important that we have the whole system, the whole strategy all together, sir?
Well, Mike, it's like, why not add every layer of protection we can? Okay. In a car, you want good brakes, you want good tires, you want good headlights, you want a seatbelt and an airbag. We take advantage of all the technologies to enhance air quality. So, yes, we put a HEPA filter in the technology, there's a carbon block. Yes, we have our special ionization. It is not what's being parlayed as bipolar ionization that, frankly, has defective. In the test results I've seen are not properly applied. They're not peer reviewed. They haven't applied FDA type technology science. I think it's a hoax. Our technology is much more advanced. It's much more sophisticated. And yes, we're complementing all of this to reduce exposure as much as possible. Now, the knockout punch, though, Mike, look, the knockout punch is the active pure. It's the stuff that flies through the air literally at 600 to 1200 feet per second, invisibly, safely, odorlessly, to collide with, not only to collide with, they're like heat-seeking missiles. They're seeking through positive and negative charges, the same things that are floating there with negative and positive charges, boom, like a magnet, blowing them up and turning them into inert elements. So do it all. And the things that drop to the floor with our ionization technologies or on surfaces, bam, our active pure is out there killing it when it lands.
We talk about passive versus active. I talk about you can't draw everything in a home or everything on a surface to a device. Would you just talk about why it doesn't work, that strategy of drawing everything to a device? Instead, we send out this purifying plasma that goes everywhere. How does that work, sir?
Well, Mike, it's a key thing. Ours is kill versus trap. Let's start with that, right? Filter, traps, okay? These hidden UV lights are intended to trap it. Of course, there's not even enough time to expose to make a difference. Passive PCO technologies trap it, they capture it, okay? We are active. We're out there, boom, in the air, like the smell of popcorn coming out of your microwave, boom, that's how we do it. And then there's active, and that's why it's active. Passive is you have to bring it to me, and you can't possibly dilute the air quickly enough. Mike, let me give you one example. Okay, we went into an operating room, one of the best operating rooms in the country. They had 0 incidence of transmission of surgical site infection for the past 5 years. They were doing it right. They said, you know what? We want to see if we can even be better. Would you come in and do a before and after test for us? We had tested before, and they had been using a HEPA system with UV lights that they changed the air literally, Mike, 15 times in an hour, every 4 minutes. Now, you would think with that, there would be nothing in the air. Guess what? There was a lot in the air. We reduced it by 98%, what was left, because they couldn't get it out of the air. We took it from where it was down to only 2%, even though they were changing it 15 times an hour. Mike, the technology can't work fast enough because you'd have to have a vacuum to literally suck the air out all at once, because all you're doing is mixing the same stuff over and over again. And Mike, a lot of these filters, most of them, even a HEPA, are not designed to capture the submicroscopic molecule that includes the COVID virus. They're not tight enough to get it all. They may get some, they're probably not getting it all. There's a lot of difference between the kill versus trap and the active versus the passive, where you have to bring it to me.
I wished we had hours. I've been looking forward to this interview. I have one more question for you, but it's more business oriented.
Sure.
We have 1,000 people on the line right now. If we had enough room, I bet we'd have 2,000. We'll get that set for next week. But talk about the future. How is the company investing into the future with new technologies, bettering the technology? what do I have to look forward to? What do the people on the call have to look forward to when it comes to us being the true leader and innovators in indoor environment technology, sir?
Well, Mike, here's the bottom line. We're a science-driven company. We have a series of scientific tests that will pass FDA muster, that will pass peer-reviewed scrutiny to improve the science. You might know, Mike, that we improved the cell and patented it just recently. We actually filed for a further advanced patent in 2020. That patent hasn't been granted yet, and we haven't rolled out that technology, but it actually enhances the efficacy and speed of the kill even more so than our prior generation, which was 3 times faster than our prior generation. So it's about the science, Mike, and it's about the proof. We want to be able to prove definitively that we can keep the promise. We want to always be trusted. With that, we are innovating new products as we speak. And there are products in the pipeline right now for our Vollara family that will be coming out sometime this year that I don't want to get ahead of myself, because I want to make sure they're really ready to go before we bring them to market. But there's a whole generational plan. We actually have a 5-year plan, Mike, that rolls every 5 years, that originates with science improvements. And then we look at other applications, including things that people think are helpful these days, like apps that measure air quality, like Internet of Things connectivity, and so on. But let me not get too far ahead. Just sell what you got. You've got the best technology out there right now that can help protect lives, okay? We're in the infection prevention business by disinfecting and destroying poisons at the minute they enter the room. And although we're not perfect, we're the best there is. And I don't know how you can have peace of mind without our technology. I believe our technology is essential to have the safest possible indoor air quality that can be had today. And I don't know who doesn't need it, who doesn't want it. And it's so affordable, Mike. I just want to thank you, Mike, and Robia and the other leaders that have made such a difference. We have 1,000 folks on this call tonight, Mike. Our number of actives have doubled. Our sales are crazy. I just invested literally 8 figures more in inventory for us. So you keep selling it, we'll keep developing it.
Well, we'll keep selling it. Thank you for pushing me away for 2 years as I begged you to come out with this new machine faster, because when it did come out, it was absolutely the best of the best. Mr. Urso, I've got 2 interviews to do here and I'm running out of time. Anything you want to say to this massive group of people before you say goodbye?
I just want to say what I always say, Mike, the money will follow. Just go out and help people, okay? This is a time to make a difference in people's lives by bringing them something they really need, okay? I lost my dad last year to this disease. It's real. Do what you can to protect, there's no guarantees, but you can make a difference. Go make a difference.
Well, you've made a difference in our lives. I've got people, sir, that are paying off mortgages in 2 months. That is not an exaggeration. I've got people that are funding their retirement that they thought would take 10 years in 6 months. It's thanks to this company and thanks to this technology and thanks to the leadership that you have provided. Thank you so much, sir. And I'll just call you up at the very last if we ever get through these next 2 interviews here.
Mike, good call. Take your time. Thank you.
Thank you. We have Miss Carrie Michaels and Chris Michaels. Robia, do you see them on your screen there?
This sir, I'm going to unmute them, and then also before we toss to close for Joe, we also Miss Leah has an announcement for an upcoming call as well.
I remember that, and I will make sure we cover that. And if I forget, you tell me. Don't forget that. Carrie, Chris, how you guys doing? Good to see you. Thanks for being on the call.
Thanks. Yeah, always happy to be on these calls. We love it.
Well, we're excited to have you here. Congratulations on an amazing start in the company. Mr. Urso, this young couple went from 0. They came in the company in November. They went from 0 to Platinum 2. I know what their business is doing. I know what their earnings are. I know that it is not very usual. It's not like most networking companies. These guys are killing it. And we're very proud and very excited for the leadership that you're sharing with everybody. Help the listeners learn real quickly, Carrie and Chris, a little bit about you and how you came to our company. It's always helpful to other people to hear, how did somebody get brought into the company?
Oh, you bet. Well, I first want to say there's a clue here. We're in the right place at the right time. So I love that there's over 1,000 people on this call. So on behalf of Chris and I and our team, and I'm sure everyone on this call, I'm speaking on behalf of Mike Jackson. Thank you so much for your great leadership and your awesome support. Your tireless hours that you put in is so appreciated. Robia, thank you so much for your leadership and your 12-week training. I mean, we're bringing new people in every week, so having that to have people plug in on Saturdays is invaluable. Thank you to Liddy Flom and Steve and Lori Carmichael, who helped sponsor us in mid-November of last year. You guys are great leaders. We appreciate your support. And thank you to our awesome team. Without you, we would not be where we're at. We love the people that we're bringing on board. Just thank you so much from the bottom of our heart for trusting us and saying yes to being on this journey with us, you guys. We are in the right place at the right time. So real quick, our personal background. Chris and I were college sweethearts. Mike, when you talk about your story with your lovely wife, Chris and I can relate. We were college sweethearts at Western Michigan University in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Go Broncos. I was a cheerleader. Chris was a football player. And we've been together for 34 years. This year, we will celebrate 24 years of marriage. We have 2 daughters, Morgan, 22, Riley's 19. We live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but we are looking forward to moving south when Riley graduates from college in 2 years. So we're ready to get out of this cold weather. Our career background, we actually started in the Yellow Page sales advertising business. Yeah, right out of college, Chris and I have worked together all these years. That was a hard sale, you guys, right? Yellow Page advertising, that eventually evolved with the times as businesses, or times changed, people were using the Yellow Pages less. So it changed into a digital focused company. And we have called on SMB, small, medium-sized businesses for many years. So we have lots of relationships with different businesses, especially Chris. Chris has been on the sales side for almost 30 years. I was on the sales side and eventually went into sales leadership. I was running our Michigan sales teams, so I'm used to that. And then about 8 years ago, went into sales recruiting. So was running our US sales recruiting department. We were recruiting thousands of sales reps across the nation. So that's a little bit about our background. 6 years ago, though, we joined our first network marketing company. And I will tell you, both Chris and I had been approached by many different network marketing companies. We live in the land of Amway, right? Amway's right here in our backyard. And we were actually very turned off by network marketing, probably because of, we felt like we were being accosted all the time. We'd laugh about it. But 6 years ago, we joined a network marketing company and started building that in pockets of our day. And before we knew it, we were 6-figure income earners with that. So obviously, when Vollara was brought to our attention, that was through Steve and Lori Carmichael. We had met them with our previous network marketing company. We're not financially linked with Lori and Steve, but they shared this company with us. We had started doing some partnering with them when COVID hit, doing virtual work sessions with our sales team. So Lori and Steve and Chris and I started working closer together, and they shared Vollara with us in mid-November. When we looked at the technology, and Chris is a lot more skeptical than me, you guys. He doesn't just jump at anything. When he saw this technology and we looked at the opportunity upside down and we understand network marketing and the power of residual income, we were blown away, absolutely blown away.
Nice. So let me ask you a question then, because you kind of got into question number 2 a little bit. How do you see this as being different? I mean, normally it would take years to build up an income. How do you see some of the stark differences? I sometimes say to people, we're not even a network marketing company. We're more like a network manufacturing, like a science company that provides opportunity to the average people. How do you see the differences, Carrie and Chris?
Yeah, so the first clue, absolutely the first clue we saw was more people were winning quicker. So winning, earning money quicker. And one of the biggest things that stood out and the big difference is the retail part. So because we understand residual income, we're like, well, of course, if Vollara is offering wholesale, retail, residual income, we're going to take advantage of all three. But what's so different, and a lot of network marketing companies are offering this, is the retail side of being able to call on businesses. one thing we learned in our other company, and we thought if you look at our background, I was running sales teams. I had lots of different salespeople that I could call on before and, hey, I've got an opportunity for you. Well, guess what we find? We very quickly realized a lot of people don't always want to call on their friends and family, especially if they have a sales background. They'd rather call on businesses. So I love it. This is an opportunity for everyone. If they don't, and this is how I approach a lot of people that have even a sales background, or maybe they didn't want to do business with us in our previous company. It's, hey, guess what? You don't have to call in your friends and family unless you want to. There's a retail side of this. And, I have a place of wanting to serve. And so my friends and family are the first ones I want to call on because I want to help them. But I love the fact that's a huge, huge difference, is being able to share that retail side. And that's part of earning that income so quickly. You can go out and sell one unit and earn that $900 commission. It's so easy to make money so fast.
You have to have a bunch of people in your downline organization in your first month to earn $900. So, in this business, this is like right there, right now. We need to finish up, Carrie and Chris, but you moved quickly to Gold Executive, then Platinum 1, then Platinum 2. Where do you see your business going? I mean, what do you think the future is going to be? Do you think this is going to be a one-hit wonder and you're off to something else, or what do you see for the future?
Well, Chris and I talk about this a lot. I mean, what do we talked about this just the other day. We see a lot of what happening. Growth.
Six-figure income. We have a goal for ourselves to hit a six-figure income twice as fast as what we did at the other place.
Yep.
But again, my biggest, Carrie mentioned I was the skeptic, but Mr. Urso, I would reiterate, which excited me right off the bat when he was talking, was the credibility of the company and the science and the backing by NASA. I mean, we have such powerful tools that back this technology. And if you don't use it, it's amazing when you start to talk like that, like Mr. Urso, you kind of just like when he's talking, it is. So if you can start to talk like Mr. Urso does with everything that we have at our access, it's powerful.
The tools are there, like Chris said, and use the tools. So yeah, we see a lot of six-figure income earners in our business. Special shout out to Kaylin Hobbs and Don Brunker on our team. They went Gold Executive last week. Don actually hit Gold Executive in his first month. How awesome is that? That's a big deal, you guys. And another thing Chris and I were talking about, we see a lot more business professionals joining our company. We have a chiropractor on our team. After 32 years of owning and practicing in his chiropractic clinic, it's wreaking havoc on his body. And when we approached him, he said, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I want a residual income stream that I can retire on because I don't want to do this forever. So a lot of business professionals are joining us. Just got to get out there and talk to them.
Well, Chris and Carrie, when you and I were on the phone just today, we kind of looked at how this month of Gold Executive panned out. You're pretty close to what you just talked about, Chris. Pretty close to building a $100,000 residual income, and you're just getting started in November. So congratulations to the both of you, and we're very proud of you, and we're very thankful for you, and can't wait to see where this goes for you. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
So we have one more interview. I told Mr. Coyle that there is no way in heck that I was going to be able to do this in 30 minutes with all the things that they gave me to do. So we got one more interview, and that is Dr. Eric Gagnon. Many of you have heard me talk about him. He's a pastor, and he's gone to Platinum 5 literally in just a couple of months. The guy is tearing it up. And Pastor Gagnon, are you there, sir?
Yes, I am, Mr. Jackson.
Hey, thank you so much for agreeing to be on this call. I sent your video of your organic farm activity over to Mr. Urso today. I said, look at this guy. He's got this big old organic farm. He's got people coming from all over Florida. They grow everything. They're teaching people hydroponics and how to be self-sufficient. This guy runs a big monster operation there. And you're also a pastor. Help our listeners understand just a little bit, Pastor Gagnon. How does a pastor that has been to 80 countries or 90 countries, how did you get interested in this opportunity? How did that all come about, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. Mr. Urso, privilege and honor to see you, sir. Thank you for your leadership. Mike, you're just awesome. Appreciate you and Robia. We installed Active Pure in our church a year ago. We were looking for something, obviously everything was shutting down. We weren't going to shut down, and we haven't shut down, and we were looking for something to protect the people. So we found out about Active Pure. We installed Active Pure a year ago in our church so that our congregation would know, hey, these guys are doing everything in their power to protect us. Then I started looking deeper into the company and the technology, and I found you, Mike. We started talking on the phone, and then you came over to the church. We met, and I thought it was a win-win for us to get involved with the company.
Wow. And Mr. Urso, that's the trip you approved for me to go over to Tampa. This team is now generating about 400,000 top line sales a month in business, and they've only been with us a short time, almost 200,000 points. So pretty excited about that. Now, as a pastor and with a college with about 500 students, you have big time responsibilities. You don't have a lot of time to spare. Talk about why you would bring this into your life, why you would bring this to your people that trust you, that believe in you. Obviously, your reputation is everything. How did you believe with the credibility? How did that fit into your decision?
Well, thank you. That was the main thing. We always say, and the Bible says, no false weights and balances. We were looking for an honest company, honest leadership, honest products, not only for the salesperson, but mainly for the customer or the consumer. And we saw the technology, we saw the science, we believed in it. And we have about, close to 500 Bible school students, but we also have Kingdom Business Fellowship where we raise up 300 multimillionaires to fund the end time harvest, because you need finances to spread the gospel around the world. So we go all the way from Bible school up to entrepreneur level. A Bible school student is mainly coming in to focus on studies, study the word, and go on missions. And so if they can sell 2 or 3 units wholesale to retail, pretty much they can fund themselves through the Bible college, because most of them live together and stuff like that. So that was a great benefit, that they could come in instead of being a waiter or a waitress or work 40 hours at a job, that they could just sell a couple units a month and really pay their overhead. But then on the entrepreneurial side, with people that are believing, and several are millionaires that wanted to have an opportunity where there's no ceiling. And in this business, as you heard Carrie and Chris and many other people say, there's no ceiling. So really, the Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So why not think big? Why not reach for the top? Why not reach for the stars and go for it? So we have both spectrums on this.
Very powerful. Now, you moved very quickly, Pastor, to Platinum 5. How has the growth of your business helped your people? I think you kind of covered that, but I want to get to something specifically. There's people on this call right now, Robia, Mr. Urso, team, that are wondering, how does somebody go to Platinum 5 like overnight? I looked at your report. You've sponsored about 40 people, and you have 20 active legs on your personal team. I can tell you there's not many leaders in the company that have 20 personal active legs. We usually say, well, you got to have 3, so we go for the minimum. You're not going for the minimum in anything. Talk about how you move so quickly by sharing this with a lot of people every day.
Well, there's a lot of things shut down. People are looking for opportunity. A lot of people have been hurt through this time. So this is exactly what people need. I always say, it's like, can you imagine if you sold water to a person that had been in the desert for 3 days with no water? That's what we have. So there's so many people looking for opportunities. So we make it a point to reach out. And personally, I do that. I reach out to as many people as I can that I know need an opportunity, need extra income. And I do it actually daily. I do it every day. But Mike, I need to say this. We would not do what we do. I give the Lord all the glory. Obviously, that's why I do everything that I do. But we have a team. We have a team of people that know, according to the Bible, and I'm a preacher, so I'm going to talk like this. Whatever you put your hand to shall prosper. And so we have a team of people that are believing for big things. They know if they get behind something good that it's going to prosper. And so we're only as good as our team, and we help our team. Everybody on our team helps each other, whether they sponsored the person or not. That's what we do.
Well, we're very proud to have you believe in our company and believe in our technology And to join forces, I'm actually going to ask Mr. Urso if I can come do another meeting for you in a few weeks over in Tampa. I know you'll have that meeting room filled to the brim. So congratulations on your fast start, and congratulations on mainly so many people on your team are making money. So many on your team don't have to go wait on tables. Congratulations. We're very proud of you, sir. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, Mr. Urso, this is an amazing story that's taking place in our country. The story of Carrie and Chris, the story of Eric, and so many is going to be continue to be duplicated over and over and over. I've been a part of this, Mr. Urso. You've been a part of this before. We are going to grow multiple times in the year 2021, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to again, we have to be so careful because the government says you can't tell anybody how much you earn. So I just say, well, we're talking about paying off your mortgage money that's being made. We're talking about funding your retirement money. We're talking about an automobile being awarded per day. That's my dream. That's my vision for 2021. One new bonus car every single day. Can we do it? That's up to you. I think we can do more than that. So we have a particular meeting coming up, Robia, kind of focused on the ladies, and that is with Miss Leah Ryan. You want to read that, Robia, as to where and when that's going to be?
I thought we would just let Miss Lee, I think she's available where she can unmute because she's leading it, and we're so proud of her. And I've looked up to her so much in my career, so I'm very excited about what she's doing upcoming this week. I think she just unmuted. Go ahead, Miss Leah.
Oh, fantastic. We are, March is Women's History Month. We thought, what a better time to roll out the Vollara Women's Call. And so we did a call with all the platinums. So all you platinum ladies have the opportunity to interview your up and coming. So every first Thursday of the month will be for 30 minutes. It's at noon Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern. Mr. Jackson, I'll send you the flyer that was just completed today. You can get that out to your team. And of course, it will be posted on the Facebook page. So that's super exciting. Another announcement is also the video that you saw tonight. That's going to be in your Vollara back office by tomorrow, along with the Vollara YouTube channel. We'll have it on there as well. So back to you, sir.
Hey, thank you so much, Leah. Thank you, Robia. Mr. Urso, send us home. Send us home. Just give us a word of encouragement. We love listening to you. You lift our spirits, all of us. Tell us what you want us to hear, sir.
Well, Mike, I just think it's a calling, and listening to Chris and Carrie and Pastor Gagnon, it's inspiring to me. It touches me inside. Every day I pray for strength and courage and wisdom and discernment to do my job, to serve and to help people. And, Mike, the money will follow if we just go to effort. I heard Carrie spoke to that. Of course, Pastor Gagnon has built his life around it. And Mike, you have too. We lift others, we lift ourselves, and it's the greatest gift of giving. And I truly believe we have a transformational technology that can literally help save lives right now. And I think we should be sharing it. I think it's a duty, it's a responsibility, it's a calling. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity to make a transformational difference. And you won't know what you did, but you're going to impact generations to come by your efforts. So I encourage you to share this wonderful science and technology with everybody you can touch, and to have the strength and courage to do so. So that's
thank you, Joe. When I go to bed at night, I know it's just like you. I got a big smile on my face because I know it's not just about my bank account, but it's all the people whose lives that we've lifted up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making this a record-breaking call. We're going to continue to provide the best platform, the best tools. We've got some Spanish materials coming out. We've converted the 2-minute video. We've got some beautiful flyers and brochures, PowerPoint. We want to bring folks that are bilingual in. We translated materials into Mandarin. We want to get the whole world bringing our technology in all languages. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna now reach out to Mr. Troy Sanford, tell him to get his butt off that hill, that we had 1,000 people on the call, and he needs to get back here and help us grow our business after he has his fun. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Thank you, everybody.